What do you think will happen in New York City if and when Mamdani is potentially elected?
I mean, dude, it can be, I don't like using terms of hyperbole or exaggeration, but it can be as bad as people think it can be, okay? You're talking about someone who is targeting the 1% or the 2%, or even folks that are making just $1 million a year. I'll break that down for you. 80% of millionaires in New York and in the entire United States are self-made. It's one thing if he's only targeting the billionaires and then you have a good faith dispute. He's targeting folks that believed and bought into the American dream and are nothing but value add producers to New York City. They help out their communities, they feed their employees, they feed their families.
He is absolutely right. Small business owners employ an incredible amount of people in the United States. They really are what drive America, and they don't get enough credit. So for someone like Zohran to come in with a socialist mindset and tax the people that are providing the jobs and the opportunities could only do one thing: fail.
And the 1% of New Yorkers gives 48% of New York City's tax base. So if he's pushing these folks out, and again, setting the billionaires aside, self-made millionaires who are employing hardworking folks, if he pushes them out and continues the mass exodus of folks leaving to Florida, there won't be any tax base to fund all these projects, these utopian projects, these pie-in-the-sky projects that he is telling and lying to everyone that he says he'll fund. There will be dust in his hands.
Are free buses worth getting rid of the rich here?
Absolutely not. Look,
Just like I said, you take all of those people and tax them to oblivion, they're going to pick up and take their businesses with them. There have been huge corporations that have moved out of Silicon Valley and into Texas because of bad policies. We will see the same thing happen in New York.
There's good faith debate that you guys can have as to whether free buses and free subways and free transportation can come. Obviously, that term free is loaded. But the way he is proposing it by demonizing certain classes and certain sects and certain factions who are only value-producing folks in New York City is what we call a demagogue, is what we call a charlatan. He is a fraud. He has been demonstrated as a fraud at every iteration throughout his entire campaign.
Asking New Yorkers who are they going to vote for in the upcoming mayor elections.
Zohran.
Yeah, Mamdani, all the way.
So what are your thoughts about socialism?
Fire.
It's better than being poor all the time.
What about the rich people?
They don't need to be that rich, you know? If you work hard, you should be that rich, but not rich to the point where other people can't afford food.
So tax the rich.
Period.
So it's better to be rich than give donations to the poor and support them?
All Zohran wants to do is tax people who make over $1 million 2% more than they get now. That doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah.
The beginning is 2%, then it goes up 20 to 40%.
If you're making $1 million a year, that's better than if you're making $50,000 a year. Other people should be able to afford food. That's all I'm saying, man.
If you had $2 million, would you be okay tax 50%?
Yes, $1 million a year is plenty for one person to live on.
If it means that other people get to eat fucking food, then yeah.
How does somebody else being successful and making a large sum of money, such as a multimillionaire or billionaire, cause other people to not be able to eat, cause other people to be broke? That logic just doesn't make sense to me. We literally live in the nation of opportunity. Opportunities are everywhere. And just because someone like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk are successful, how does that stop me from accomplishing anything?
Love it whenever I see a female saying that she's voting for Zohran Mamdani, and remembering back when all of these women were so mad that Trump overturned Roe v. Wade and gave the decision back to the states, and they were saying that they feel like they're living in a Handmaid's Tale. Okay? You guys ought to understand that the makers of The Handmaid's Tale had it take place in the United States so that we could actually understand it better. It was actually based off the Islamic Revolution in Iran. You know, like where Sharia law was put into place. And now you're going to go vote for someone who holds the same beliefs as these countries that don't allow women to speak, drive, vote, go to school, show their face. But you have it bad here. Oh, not to mention, he's also pictured with the unindicted co-conspirator from the World Trade Center bombings of 1993. Since you guys want to accuse Trump of automatically being guilty when it comes to Epstein since he's pictured with him. Could be.
Now you have to ask yourself, who is going to pay for all of this stuff? Your boy Mamdani wants to build 200,000 affordable housing units by 2030, as well as increase the minimum wage to $30 an hour. Now, both of those surely will hurt the New York economy if It is funded by the state. How else would it be done unless you tax people to oblivion? It's all a front. It's all a gimmick. There's no way to pay for all of this stuff. And then when you add in free buses and grocery stores that are ran by the government, you got a recipe for disaster.
You want a sticker?
Yeah, I have a question. Why do you guys like crime so much?
We don't like crime.
You don't? No? So
No.
how do you feel about the NYPD? Yeah, good? No? You like crime? You like radical Islam? You like terrorism? Do you fund the NYPD?
No.
Oh, you don't? You know that Zohran has tweeted multiple times about defunding the police. You want to defund the NYPD?
I do.
Yeah, you do? That's good. I'm so glad to hear that you hate this city. Are you saving New York City from socialism?
Oh.
He's going to bankrupt this city. Good luck. You too. Have a fabulous day.
City resident, tell me why you decided to vote for Andrew Cuomo.
I decided to vote for Andrew Cuomo because he has a lot of experience. He's been the governor of New York, and I feel like we don't want our city to go in a direction that's not, important for businesses as well as our regular everyday New Yorkers.
Well, at the very least, you could keep New York the same way as it is now instead of these radical changes that are most likely to take place.
Obviously, Mr. Cuomo is not the front runner, according to just about every poll that's out there. You look at Zohran Mamdani is the front runner. What do you think of him as a candidate? And none of the things that he was talking about appeal to you: affordable housing, making health care for children more affordable, free buses. None of that appealed to you and what you were looking for in a mayor?
Well, I don't think nothing is free. With a background in finance and economics and business, I know that it's important that you have to pay for things. Even if you're paying for it at a discounted rate, you need to be able to pay for it.
Yes, because otherwise that cost is going to just get put on the New York taxpayer. We've seen this happen time and time again.
I don't think nothing is given free. I think it's important that we all should be able to work. I think job creation is the key to all of it. We must create jobs. We must put our people back to work. New Yorkers need to work. And that's what I think Governor Cuomo will do for us. He'll help us to get our jobs back and help keep our businesses here in the city of New York.
Well, unfortunately, you're probably not going to get any of those jobs brought back to New York City, because the people that are creating them are most likely going to leave once Zohran is elected the mayor of New York City. Would you keep your business in a place that is going to increase your taxes? And it could be substantially. We're hearing about a 2% increase, or a 1 or 2%, which seems small, but that could just be the gimmick up front. He could hit people with an incredibly high tax once he's actually in office. I don't think we've actually seen the true Mamdani come out at all. But if he wins, you better believe you will find out very, very soon what you voted for. It's really, really sad to see the downfall of somewhere so amazing as New York City be taken over by a socialist mayor. Truly heartbreaking and unbelievable.
A warning to the people of New York from the people of London. Ask yourself, how is it possible that Sadiq Khan, the most hated man in London, who has destroyed the very fabric of our capital city, has seen crime and hate explode, police abdicate their duties to protect, public transport disintegrate, and no-go zones all over London with Sharia courts in every borough? How does he not only get elected as mayor, but gets re-elected? The answer is voter apathy. Ask yourself, why is it only those who seek to change your way of life that are motivated enough to show up at the ballot box? New York has over 5 million registered voters, yet only 1.1 million turn up to vote. This is no time for apathy. The only way New York can save itself from becoming like London and remaining one of the greatest cities in the world is by protecting itself from the curse of Mamdani. The only way to do that is to show up and vote, not as a Democrat, not as a Republican, as a New Yorker.
Now, the one thing that is keeping New York City from becoming London, if Zohran Mamdani wins the mayoral election of New York City, is President Trump. That is the only thing that would keep a flood of immigrants coming in to take over. So we have something to be thankful about. But even New York's own governor, Kathy Hochul, can see right through all of the lies from Zohran Mamdani, and she knows that his plan will not work. Check it out.
We know that Mamdani does want to tax the rich more, bring it up about 2%. He can't do that on his own. You've previously said that you wouldn't be raising taxes. Have you reconsidered that stance?
No, I would say one energetic rally does not get me to change my positions, I assure you. But I do hear people's voices. I process what everybody says, but I'm also have to balance governing this state and making sure that those people who are actually the reason we have a generous, supportive budget that helps lift people up, it's their revenues that we tax. 1.5% of New Yorkers cover about a third of our budget. That's enormous. I'm concerned about outmigration of people who are the ones who are supporting our budget. I cannot make up for that with middle class tax increases. I cannot do that to the middle class and the struggling New Yorkers. So this is the balance. I mean, this is my position.
That's what I got for you guys today. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.